my name is Don, and this is my first school bus or skoolie. I want to tell you the story of how my life changed in 2015. Life was good. I thought I had it made. I was married with 2 kids, had a nice big house, 2-car garage, and lots of toys. I thought I had it all. Until 2013 came along and after drowning my sorrows for the next year, I decided I needed to make a change. One of the changes I decided was, since I lived in Alabama most of my life, I was going to live somewhere else. And why narrow it down to one place? Why not see the world, starting with America? Well, traveling itself was the easy part. I have done that for weeks at a time on the back of a motorcycle with all my gear stored behind me. So traveling is the easy part. Hell, you could hitchhike with a backpack across the country several times. So the problem became living and traveling, living comfortably, and that's where the issues finally came. I briefly considered purchasing a tiny home that I could pull around from state to state and live in beautiful locations, but I quickly realized that the weight of tiny homes was overwhelming. I would have to purchase a new tow vehicle to be able to tow a tiny house around. On top of all that, I wanted to go in off the beaten path locations, and tiny homes just really started making very little sense. It was at this point I started investigating motorhomes, Class C's, Class A's, the large houses on wheels. After some research, I realized that to purchase a used motorhome in decent condition was going to cost $50,000 or more. It just seemed kind of irrational for me to spend the majority of my savings on just the vehicle. That would leave me very little money to travel. I decided that converting a used school bus may be my best option. After I started looking into it, school buses, I found, are very ruggedly built steel frames designed to stay intact in a rollover. If you've ever seen a motorhome in any kind of a rollover, there's not much left. Motorhomes are made of sticks and staples, and school buses are made of steel and aluminum. Very heavy-duty construction, and perfect for conversion and building a house inside the bus. And that's exactly what I decided to do. But first things first, I had a mortgage and I needed to remodel my house so I could get rid of that and have some funds to travel. It took a while, almost a year, to remodel my house the way I needed to. And then I went and bought a bus. And in a few weeks, I transformed this into this. So I could travel and do this and a little bit of this. And of course, every once in a while, I would do a little bit of this. Riding my motorcycle. That was my thing, and that's why I did this whole adventure. I was still remodeling the house when a good bus came up for auction, and I won the auction. The bus was being sold by a school district in Ohio, so I rode up there to retrieve the bus. When I got the bus back, the first thing normally everyone does is pull the seats. After you pull the seats, typically everybody pulls the rubber mat up off the floor, but in my case, the rubber mat was bolted down by about 2,000 bolts, so I decided to leave the floor in place. I was just trying to get on the road as fast as I could and see if this was the life for me. So at this point, I simply made sure that the elevator was functional so I could get my motorcycle in the bus. And then I started working on framing a couple of walls in, getting some plumbing in, and getting some kind of a comfortable office and living space. Join me next time when I finish up the conversion and head to Colorado for my 3-year adventure.